Hi, everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing well. This week, Earth Day is on the 22nd, so I thought we would read about bats for Earth Day. Also, April 17th was National Bat Appreciation Day. All right, so a little bit about them first. Although they provide vital environmental and economic services, bat populations are declining around the globe, largely as a result of human activity. In some countries, they are hunted to eat, the trees they live in are being cut, and people are destroying the bats themselves out of fear, misplaced fear. And in North America, over 5.7 million bats have been killed by white nose syndrome, a wildlife disease that continues its spread across the continent. Well, for centuries, bats have been called bad, dirty, likely because of their looks and the myths like they're full of rabies. But that's not true. There is more to these nocturnal creatures than meets the eyes. They are not something to be scared of, and they do a lot of good in the world. Bats play an important role in many environments. Did you know that bats are very helpful to humans? They eat lots of insects, which is helpful to farmers because it lets them use fewer pesticides. So that makes their crops healthier and it saves farmers lots of money. In the tropics, fruit and nectar eating bats are important for dispersing seeds and pollinating flowers. There are more than 1,300 species of bats in the world, making them the second most common group of mammals after rodents. Some can weigh less than a penny, while others can weigh up to 3.3 pounds. Some have a wingspan of 5 inches, while others have a wingspan of 6 feet. The average lifespan in the wild is 30 years. Okay, let's read Bats by Lily Wood. Bats are interesting animals. There are more than 1,300 types of bats. Bats live all around the world. Bats live in caves. Some bats can be found inside trees. Other bats live in attics. Sometimes bats can even be seen under bridges. Bats sleep upside down. Bats have claws that cling to trees and cave walls. Bats fly, but bats are not birds. Birds have feathers, and bats do not. Bats have fur. Bats are mammals. Bats are the only mammals that fly. Some bats live in small families and other bats live in large groups. Large or small, these groups are called colonies. Each year, a mother bat usually has one pup. A pup is a baby bat. The mother bat needs to find food for her pup. While the mother bat hunts for food, the pup stays home. Most bats eat bugs or fruit. Some bats drink the sweet juice inside flowers. Bats help farmers. Many catch bugs that eat farmers' crops. Like bees, some bats carry pollen from plant to plant. When they rub against them, this helps plants make seeds. Bats use sound to find their way at night. The sound comes back to the bat's ears as an echo. This is called echolocation. Vampire bats bite cows and birds, and they drink a tiny bit of blood for food. Long-eared bats fly during the night. They use echolocation to find food when they are hungry. They eat moths, spiders, and other insects. In winter, some bats migrate. These bats travel to warmer places for the winter. Other bats hibernate. They spend the winter in a cave, a building, or a tree. When a bat hibernates, its heartbeat and breathing slow down. Today, it's hard for bats to find homes. Many trees have been cut down. It is important for people to protect bats and their homes so they do not become extinct. Bats come in all shapes and sizes. No matter where they live, bats are interesting animals. And in the back here, it explains some of the words we read. Colonies. Groups of animals such as bats that live together in the same place. Echolocation. To find or locate objects by sending out sounds, then listening to the sound that bounces back, the echo. Hibernate. To enter a sleep-like state in the winter. Mammals. Animals that feed milk to their babies. Migrate. To make a seasonal journey from one place to another. Pup. A baby bat. All right, a little bit more about bats. There are two main types, microbats and megabats. The majority are microbats, and they eat insects like moths that come out at night. In contrast, megabats live in the tropics and eat fruit, nectar, and pollen. They have larger eyes and a stronger sense of smell than microbats, but they have smaller ears, ears, because they don't echolocate. Did you know? One bat can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in 1 hour. Bats have special veins that keep their blood flowing properly so they don't get dizzy when they roost upside down. And despite their resemblance to rodents, bats are more closely related to humans than they are to mice. They are the only mammals that can fly. Scientists have extracted a compound from the vampire bat's saliva and turned it into medicine. Studies have found this drug to be very useful for stroke patients. So remember, despite all the misconceptions surrounding bats, they are very important to humans and environments all over the globe. So we should do what we can to help them survive. So what can you do? Kids can build boxes for bats to nest in outside. They can keep outdoor lights low. They can also be a voice for bat protection. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. There's some other things on Ren Web under this that you can do for fun, and it is an AR quiz, and I'll list that for you. Bye.